In this video, I'd like to cover IK-FK switching, which is a concept that we were covering in our character animation class at Becker College. However, this video will be housed under the motion capture course supplements for fall 2019, which contains mostly motion builder classes from our Lesley University motion capture course. But this concept is fundamental for most rigging systems. And the system that I'm using here and that we use in our character animation class is Advanced Skeleton. And you can find Advanced Skeleton from the Advanced Skeleton webpage. You can download it for free. I'll provide a link in the summary section for this video. So what I'm going to do here is just talk about the general process of IK-FK switching, because it can be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to start by posing the character's one hand in FK. So I'll grab the shoulder and just rotate the arm down, and I'm in frame 0. I'm going to select the shoulder, elbow, and hand controllers here on the right arm, and I'll hit S to set a key. That's how we set a key in Maya. And then I'll slide my time indicator down to maybe frame 15, and I'm going to rotate the arm up from the shoulder, and then I'll rotate at the elbow, and then finally the hand, as if the character's planting their hand on a wall. And then I'll set keys on those 3 body parts again. So Advanced Skeleton comes with this biped window, and depending on what type of rig system you might be using, you'll find something similar to this also in many of the other rigging systems. So if I scrub the playback head, we see we get a nice arcing fashion to that arm because I posed and keyed in forward kinematics. Now it looks like I actually didn't get the key set on the hand, so let me do that again. Rotate it this way, like this, and make sure I get a key that time. Now let's see if that worked. There we go. So now I have the character's hand in FK. So at this point in frame 15, I want to plant that hand against an invisible wall or door that's here. The problem I'm going to have is that if I switch to IK, my IK system was left behind. When we have an IK-FK system in a rig structure, there's actually 2 sets of joints. There's an IK set of joints and an FK set of joints. And when we pose with one and key it, we're leaving the other behind. So the next step that I would have to do here before I make the switch from FK to IK is I need to align the IK system to the FK system and then key the IK system so that it stays at this position also. Then when I switch from from FK to IK, then the systems will be aligned. Now again, depending on what system you use, there might be different methodologies for how to go about the alignment process. With Advanced Skeleton, we have a really nice feature in here that will align the systems for me. So at frame 15, actually before I even align it, I'd like to show you how they are not aligned. So if I select my IK-FK switch, which in the case of Advanced Skeleton is this button right here, if I select that, I can come over here to the channel box and I see there's an FK-IK blend. So when the value is at 0, it is in FK. And if I increase that to 10, it will go into full IK. And watch how the hand moves when I blend from FK to IK. Notice it goes back to the T-pose. So my IK was actually left behind. And that's where I need to make the alignment. Because if I just turn the switch on now, it's going to go back to the T-pose. So after posing in whatever system we're using, IK or FK, we then need to align the system that's left behind. That's how I like to describe it. It was left behind. So before I make that switch, I'm going to align my IK to the FK. Because right now IK is out here in the T-pose. So I'm going to go to my IK-FK switch controller here, and I'm going to choose Align. And this system, again, this is very specific now to advanced skeleton, so it might be different in whatever system you're using, but I'm going to choose this first option here, which says that I was posing in FK, so now I'm going to align that. I'm going to align my IK to it. So I'm going to click on this. Now in the viewport, I don't see anything happening, but my IK system is now aligned with the FK. So the next step then is I need to key any controllers that are associated with IK. And typically in IK we have the IK handle right there, and then we also have a pole vector which will determine the angle of the elbow. So I need to key both of these. So I'm going to right click on them and key it, right click on the pole vector and key it. Again, this is very specific to advanced skeleton, and your system might be different. But fundamentally, those are the two controllers that you would have in an IK system that you need to key so that we now stick them at this point in time, which is perfectly aligned with the FK system. So now if I come over here and I take a look at that FK-IK blend, now if I switch it, notice the hand stays exactly where, or the arm stays exactly where it needs to be when I change the switch. So that was step one. Or I should say step two. Step one was aligning the system that was left behind, which was IK. Step two was then keying the IK handle and the pole vector. Now the next thing that I need to do is I need to key the switch. So out here from 0 to 15, I want to make sure I remain in FK. So I'm going to come over here to my FK-IK blend switch, right click on it and key it. And then I can go one frame past that and then switch to IK with a value of 10 and then key it. So now you can see I have, oops, how come Maya did not put it didn't put a little red key tick there, but it should be. So we can see how it's switching. There's FK, there's IK. So it's there even though I'm not seeing it on the timeline. I'm not sure what happened there, but. So now we animated an IK up to this, or FK, FK up to this point. Now when I go to frame 16, if I move a body part, like the center of mass here, we can see that the hand is now planted against the wall. Whereas prior to that, it was not. It's loose. But as soon as I hit frame 16, that hand is now planted. I think I lost my, oh, there it is, IK, yep, there we go. Oh, why is it not planting? Oh, something is wrong here because, again, Maya is not showing me my key ticks that I need. FK, IK in frame 16. Let me pause the video for a minute and see try to figure out what happened there. Okay, I'm back. So what happened is I was in a partial crash there, I think. So all I did not change anything except I rebooted Maya, shut Maya down, rebooted it, loaded the file in exactly where I had left off, and the hand is now planted in frame 16. So there was maybe it was a graphics card issue or something, but for some reason it just wasn't adhering to the IK that I set up in frame 16. So now it works. So again, I have, hopefully it'll work here if I go back. So I'm in FK, and then we can see it here. When I go from frame 15 to 16, it switches into IK. And now actually I have a little bit of a pop because I did move the character a little bit. But that is the general process. So again, just to review quickly here, what we need to do is we pose with either IK or FK, and then we're ready to switch to the other system. We need to align that system that was left behind and then key the system that was left behind so it's now in the position where the current system is, and then we can key the switch from one system to the other. So that's the general process of IK-FK switching. So I hope that helps, and I didn't confuse everybody too much by my slight system crash I got here going from FK to IK.